And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the USA Football International Bowl Series live from UT-Arlington here at Maverick Stadium. Alongside Sean Lerman, I'm Tom Monfiletto. We are pleased to be bringing you the U-15 U.S. versus Canada game. It's been building all week. We got to see the signing day breakfast at AT&T Stadium. We got to see the Jamboree Wednesday night. A lot of these kids, some of the best at their position in the country, coming together all week, and it all culminates here, Sean. A lot of excitement around these games.
Yeah, all week we've seen practices, we've seen the Jamboree, which was an exciting event that we were able to cover, and these are kids that have just been waiting for today to really get out there and represent their country and have their time to shine. And these are some of the best athletes at this age group that you will see in the entire country and in the entire country of Canada.
We're going to take a look at the offensive starters for the U.S. presented by Shock Doctor, the leader in mouth guard technology. At quarterback, Marcus Aponte. We will be highlighting him throughout the day. Aponte is a two-sport athlete. He plays basketball. He also has a pretty in-depth shoe collection. He's a shoe collector. And I might have to talk to him because my sneaker game is not proper right now. At tailback, look out for Zach Smith, Jaron Stevenson, the flag bearer for the United States. A lot of talent on this offensive side of the ball. Bryson Richardson, we're going to hear about him more, and you will see him more. Jalen Maiden, one of the standout athletes here on the field, period, not just at the wide receiver position. So a lot of firepower on the offensive side of the ball and on the defensive side of the ball. We'll take a look at our starters. Presented by Cutters. No other glove performs like Cutters. Look out for John Bailey Goulat, a hard-hitting, excellent instinctual linebacker that flies all over the field, and we saw him really get after it Wednesday night in AT&T Stadium. Another one to look out for, Tyler Hodges from the free safety position, an elite tackler, a great defender. So a lot of talent, both sides of the ball. Should be a really, really good game.
Yeah, Tom, I anticipate that this one will be close, that it'll be hard fought. These kids, they've been ready to go all week. Then, if we look at a lot of these players, they gave us sheets with information about them, some of the things that, they're proud to be playing for their national team. And one of the things that was common almost across the board for these guys is, what is your favorite part about playing football? Hitting people. So these kids are ready to come out and do some damage on the football field, and I'm excited to see it.
There's going to be a lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm. It really kind of builds up all week, almost like a preseason of sorts. And now you finally get to hit somebody else on a different team. So should be a great game here for us today. Back to receive is number 80, David Shannon for the U.S. And we are underway here at Maverick Stadium. Shannon lets this go, picks it up at about the 15-yard line, able to make something out of nothing, really get about 10 yards on the return. Tough to take him down, but the U.S. will start now 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line.
And I was impressed by Shannon on that play. It didn't look like he was going to have much to do, but he was able to make something out of nothing, as you said, and get out close to the 30.
In the Jamboree Wednesday night, we saw a couple touchdowns from the U-15 U.S. team, and both of them went to Benjamin Lynch, the standout wide receiver. So look for him to be a frequent target here today from Marcus Aponte as they sprint out to the line of scrimmage. Zach Miller in the backfield. They'll go 3 receivers to the right. And the give up the middle is to Smith, and he'll get about a gain of 2. So good defensive job there by Team Canada as Team U.S. starts with the ball on the ground. We saw a lot of this Wednesday night, and we also saw some pretty outstanding quarterback play. The U.S. has a couple of them. Caleb Pruitt. We also have J.D. Head, who'll come in, get some snaps, a really quick, athletic quarterback. Aponte, Baeza as well as Aponte back to pass. Looking to his right, bombs it down the right sideline. And it is incomplete, intended for Jalen Maiden. And the pass broken up on the play by number 81, Honorel Iloki.
Yeah, Tom, and in the Jamboree the other day, we saw the U.S. really liked throwing the ball downfield. A lot of really long passes that we see early in drives in really any situation. They like to take those chances.
So we'll see what they come up with here about 3rd and long. Aponte takes the signal. head coach of the U-15 team, Tom Verbenek, specializing in the offensive line. He's a coach at Flint Hill High School in Oakton, Virginia. Two backs in the backfield. We see Stevenson in at fullback. And the give is to Smith. Smith breaks a tackle, spins for a first down. An outstanding run by Zach Smith. And we're going to take another look at this one here as Smith able to fight his way for a first down. Contact was made about 3 or 4 yards before the conversion. And look at him just keep going, keeping his momentum all the way forward and diving for the first down. Great awareness of where the sticks are, Sean. Great
awareness and also great leg strength to be able to keep pushing when they're trying to drag you down. Great job by that young man.
Two backs in the eye. Aponte surveys the defense. 3-step drop. He's got a receiver wide open, and it's caught. That's complete to number 88, Bryson Richardson, for his first reception of the day. So it'll be second and short. Bryson Richardson, standout wide receiver. Hails from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Stands at 5'11", 150 pounds. So the U.S. getting some rhythm here on offense. The give is to Smith up the middle, and he is brought down immediately. And Kyle Baker coming up from the linebacker position, filling a hole really nicely and making a nice stick to prevent him from getting a first down. So it'll be third and short here.
Canada likes to come hard with that blitz. They like to bring some extra guys. I think that we could see the U.S. at times with some screens and some quick hits that'll dump it over those blitzing linebackers, and that could be a way that they gain a lot of yardage today.
I think the bottom line is that they really need to get it in the hands of their playmakers. You talk to Brian Day, the offensive coordinator from Herndon High School in Herndon, Virginia, really wants to get into his guys that can run, get them in open space. And this is a quarterback sneak to Aponte, will keep it, and Aponte will gain about 4. So an outstanding job on third down in the run game for Team USA so far.
Yeah, that's the way they've been able to pick up the first downs. The passing game, they haven't done a lot yet, but those runs up the middle have been really good, whether it's been their running backs or QB.
And we're going to take a look at the conversion again. Aponte takes a false step backwards, kind of confused the defense a little bit, found a seam, and took it for the first down. And the give now to Smith. Smith taken down after a 4-yard gain. And he's brought down on the play by number 52, Nathan Brooks. It's a 5'11", 200-pound lineman from London, Ontario. Saw some big plays out of him Wednesday night as well. Like Stevenson alone in the backfield. Stevenson starting at fullback, but really has tailback skills. And a good throw and catch down to the 32-yard line for a first down. And that's Jalen Maiden, I believe, with the first down reception.
Expect to hear his name a lot today, Tom. We talked about it in the pregame. He is one heck of an athlete.
All three Malin brothers, part of the USA football program for some time now, so we'll be seeing a lot of them so far throughout the day, Friday and Saturday. Stevenson in the backfield once again. Aponte back to pass. Looking towards the end zone. Just overthrows the intended receiver. And David Shannon was the intended receiver on that play, just out of the reach. So Aponte slinging it pretty well here, and they're going to let him go for it.
Yeah, and Shannon had his man beat. He was just a little long with that throw, but Aponte, I think as we see this game go on, he'll hit those open guys.
One of the things that really struck me Wednesday night when watching Aponte play was his just absolute stone-cold comfort level in the pocket. His poise is pretty outstanding and just really, really smooth thrower. Two backs in the backfield now, two receivers split to the right of Aponte. And the give up the middle, and he is met and taken down for a loss. Aiden Rudolph with his first carry of the day. And Rudolph will carry about a loss of 2. That'll be 3rd and long.
They've already converted a couple of 3rd downs on this drive.
And we'll see here Rudolph really no room to run as the blitz up the middle freed up. Defenders on the outside. Stevenson in the backfield once again. Ponte's got an opportunity at some one-on-one coverage, and he's going to roll to his right. He's going to be taken down eventually at the 32-yard line, unable to get back to the line of scrimmage. But a good job of avoiding a sack there, and this will bring up 4th down. Unreal Loki making another play, this time on the tackle coming from the corner position. So it'll be 4th and long, and Team USA will elect to go for it.
I like the aggressiveness early in this game. You know, why not come out and try to convert on a 4th and long? Yeah, that's what exciting football is all about, Tom.
I agree, Sean. I agree. And why? When you can't do it here, when the heck can you? You know? Well, Ponte's going to go under center. And it looks like Team Canada will bring some blitzes up the middle, and it'll be looks like a false start on the offense. So that will bring Team USA back. We're going to call a timeout. So we're going to have a timeout on the play as USA, in their first drive, has acquired a couple of 1st downs. Still going to be 4th and long here, and they will talk it over on the sideline. So, Sean, what are some of your first impressions here today?
You know, I think the biggest impression that I have is the United States has been aggressive, throwing the ball downfield, you know, taking chances on 3rd down. I think that's something that bodes well for the United States in this game.
And, ladies and gentlemen, at home, portions of today's broadcast being brought to you by Riddell, Protect and Perform, also by Sports Authority, all things sporting good, and by Shock Doctor Sports, the leader in mouthguard technology. So we will be bringing you the U-16 U.S. versus Canada game at 4 p.m. Central Time, 5 p.m. Eastern. And then tonight is the main event, U-19 U.S. versus Canada, here live from Maverick Stadium. 8:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. And the play fake. Aponte's got some room to run off the left side. Gets an excellent block, and he is brought down close to the 1st down marker. From here, it looks like he has it, but an excellent drawn play and a very well executed play, and they're going to give him the 1st down. Marcus Aponte. Great sell on the fake by Jaron Stevenson, and Aponte had some room to run and made the best of it.
Outstanding job by Aponte as he just took off. A really athletic quarterback as we see the replay here, and Aponte just fakes the handoff, and there he goes, wide open for the 1st down.
And he gets a good block there from his receiver. I believe that was Maiden coming down, giving him an extra push. That was Daniel Talbert, tight end. Getting his nose in there. Aponte back to pass. Quick hitch route, great timing. So unable to come up with it. It was intended for David Shannon, I believe. So it'll be 2nd down, and they're going to let Aponte throw it a good amount here in the first drive, Sean.
And you like to see that. A lot of young QBs, you know, all they get to do is hand the ball off at the high school level. But coming out here, you know they'll get the opportunity to throw it downfield, and I'm sure Aponte is thrilled to have that opportunity.
And, Sean, you look at the clock, 6 minutes have been taken off the clock just in this drive alone. So in that regard, it's been successful. And it gave us to Stevenson. Stevenson breaks a tackle at the 20. Cuts it outside, and he'll be brought down at about the 16-yard line, but not before a gain of 6. Jaron Stevenson with his first carry of the day makes the most of it.
Got pretty close to a 1st down there, and we'll see what they choose to go with on this 3rd and short situation. The whole playbook really wide open at this point.
That play run behind big Sebastian Delasotis, the 6'1", 260-pound offensive lineman out of Lewis F. Cole Middle School in Fort Lee, New Jersey. They brew him pretty big there in Fort Lee. 15 years old, 260. An outstanding future ahead of him. In the backfield is Smith. Stevenson now goes in motion. Clear up the confusion, but there's a fumble on the snap, and it goes all the way back out to Smith, who dives on it. Good heads-up play by Zach Smith to just fall on it. The quarterback-center exchange there. Not very fruitful. William West getting the start for Team USA at center. He is from Orlando, Florida. West been doing a great job so far in the first half picking up blitzes, Sean. They like to blitz that middle linebacker. They're doing an outstanding job of identifying it and picking it up.
Yeah, you know, it's something that you see a lot of times. The outside linebacker is going to be your blitzing linebacker in a lot of schemes, but the middle linebacker here for Canada spends a lot of time running towards that quarterback and trying to stop the run as well.
And here we go, another rollout. This time Aponte plants his foot, tries to throw across his body. Pass was intended for Daniel Talbert, who threw a nice block earlier, but this will be a turnover on downs. So all in all, it was about a 7.5-minute drive for Team USA, but Team Canada holds strong inside their red zone, and they will take over on downs.
I think the United States has to be happy with that drive. I know it didn't end in points, but a couple of third-down conversions and a fourth-down conversion as well. That's and 6 minutes off the clock. That's a nice drive.
So in at quarterback for Team Canada, number 4, Ethan Martin. And the give is to Kean Williams. Kean Williams dragged down on the play. Number 32, Ernest Woods from Morgantown Middle School in Natchez, Mississippi. Ernest Woods made a name for himself Wednesday night with a big tackle on a 3rd and short play, and he's all over the field so far today. Kean Williams, an extremely athletic tailback, 5'7", 150 pounds. Loves to bounce it outside and really use his speed to his advantage. One of the captains here for Team Canada. As you know, Sean, Team Canada has to adjust to a different rule set here. The give to Kean Williams once again. He's got a big hole, and there's a fumble on the play, and Team USA will recover.
Well, there you go. You know, your offense did a good job giving Team Canada poor field position. Team Canada coughs it up, and USA now with a great opportunity to score the points they weren't able to get on their first possession.
And Tyler Hodges, the one that comes up on it. I believe Alan Darge might have been in on the play to get the strip, as there was a huge hole here. And Kean Williams coughs it up, and a great play. And Hodges able to hop on top of it. That was John Bailey Goulat with the forced fumble. So give it to him there. That is big play number 1 out of Goulat, and we'll count them down as the game progresses. So Aponte will take Baeza, will take over for Team USA, give up the middle, and this will be a gain of about 3.
Kyle Baker made the stop for Team Ontario.
Simon Owen Black helping out on the tackle there.
It's a gain of 3 yards to the 23.
Baeza in at quarterback from Zia Middle School. Also plays safety and receiver. He's the offensive player of the year at his school this year. Quarterback he'd most like to meet, Sean? Robert Griffin III.
Oh, not a bad choice.
Not a bad choice out of the youngster. And it'll be a bubble screen to the left, and that's Benjamin Lynch. He's got a seam. He's got to the outside. Touchdown, USA. Benjamin Lynch. We've seen him in the end zone a couple times Wednesday night. And today, for the first time today, we have a touchdown for Team USA, and Benjamin Lynch takes it in off the bubble screen.
Yeah, and you thought that he wasn't going to make it all the way through. He got to that edge, and you thought there would be some Canadian players coming over to push him out of bounds, but the Canadian defense just didn't take the angles necessary to make the stop, and he turned on the jets, made it into the end zone.
Good quick throw by Baeza. Gets it to Lynch with some room to run. And Lynch is a playmaking wide receiver with a nose for the end zone. And we might see him there again today. Antonello into kick for Team USA. Antonella also, as the extra point is good. Antonello also a very talented musician, Sean.
Really?
He can sing, plays the piano. He's a lead in his school play. Oh, a well-rounded individual.
Yeah, well-rounded is absolutely a word to use for the young kicker there.
I think you might have to take him to some of your open mic nights. when you cover Carly Rae Jepsen. So Antonello puts it through for Team USA. Team USA on the board now, 7-0 is the score. Under 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Jet Elad to receive for Team Canada. And Kian Williams will flank him as well. So the forced fumble by John Bailey Goulat, JBG, as they call him, leads to a touchdown reception from Benjamin Lynch. Team USA off to an excellent start here in the International Bowl Series. Live from UT-Arlington. Being simulcast on ESPN3, your Watch ESPN app. And the kick from Antonello, a bit of a pooch. This will land at the 28, and it will bounce to Elad, who takes it off to the sideline. He'll be taken down at the 36-yard line, so decent field position for Team Canada as they now take the field for their second offensive series. First offensive series had a bit of promise, Sean, but the fumble really just took the wind out of their sails. Yeah,
a couple of good plays that they started with, and even on the play where the fumble took place, it was turning into a nice run for a good gain. But, you know, those turnovers, they erase a lot of those good plays for you.
Ethan Martin back in at quarterback for Team Canada. Kian Williams will be in the backfield once again. Look out for Onreal Iloki, the top of your screen. Big, tall receiver with excellent hands. And coming through the backfield and causing a fumble, it is scooped up by Team USA, and it will go all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Ryan Wheaton. Scoop and score, and Team USA back on the board just like that.
And how about Wheaton's strength at the end, too? He looked like he was going to get brought down and just fought his way those last couple yards into the end zone.
Ryan Wheaton with the wherewithal to scoop it up, secure the football, and take it all the way into the end zone. They're trying to see who forced his way in there. Untouched was Jabari Bennett from Silver Spring, Maryland. Jabari Bennett forcing the fumble, untouched through the line of scrimmage, and scooped up by Wheaton. And a defensive score here as Antonello booms this one through the uprights. Jabari Bennett, two-sport athlete, two-sport stud, also a Boy Scout. Plays center on his basketball team. Talk about firing off the ball, Sean.
Yeah.
That was pretty outstanding.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job of just, reading the play before it happens.
Let's take a look at some of the regional development camps here for USA Football. If you're interested in signing up for these, you can go to usafootball.com. This is the first round. It will start in a couple of weeks here in Dallas, Texas. And then to round out the spring, the last stop will be Seattle, Washington, and Denver, Colorado. So to sign up for a regional camp, go to usafootball.com. You go to a 2-day regional camp, and then from there they will select the development teams, and from the development teams they eventually select the national teams, which are playing right now in the International Bowl Series. Iloki back to receive along with Kian Williams, who drops it at the 30, and he will be taken down immediately. An outstanding hit. Great kickoff coverage. I believe that's number 16, Devin Hart, making the stick from Lovett School in Smyrna, Georgia.
And almost another turnover there for Canada as they had a hard time reeling in the kick.
Looks like Team USA is clicking on all cylinders. Team Canada still getting the cobwebs off a little bit here. Ethan Martin back in at quarterback for Team Canada. Player to look out for, Tayon Palmer, here at the right corner position from Lawrenceville, Georgia. Palmer, one of the better cover corners on the Team USA team. Can also come down and make a couple plays in the backfield if he needs to. A great nose for the football from the corner position. That's something you see often. And he will be all alone on Iloki, it looks like, the bottom of your screen. And this will be a false start against Team Canada, so they'll go back 5.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty, moving the ball back to the 27-yard line, and will bring up first down and 15.
So it'll be 1st and 15 from the 27-yard line. Team USA just oozing with confidence so far to start this game off, Sean.
Yeah, pretty clearly. You can see the guys on the field. They're excited. They're running around. They know that they at least feel like they're the better team and the best team out here today, and they're doing a real good job of performing that way.
Martin rolls to his right, and he will be met and taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And will go for a sack from Jabari Bennett. So Jabari Bennett with his second tackle for loss on the game in as many plays, and is really, really causing all kinds of problems for this Team Canada offensive line. He's going to take a quick break now, and well-deserved, but he has been a playmaker and then some so far here today. Team Canada going to come out with 3 receivers. No tight end, rather a wing back and a tailback. Team USA in a standard 4-3 defense. Martin back to pass, setting up for a screen. He's got Williams. And Williams brought down immediately. John Bailey Goulat.
JBG.
JBG all over the field. JBG, as young as he is making college coaches drool all week long. People watching him practice, his instincts, his footwork, and his sheer strength at the young age of 15 has been blowing everybody away. You saw him at the Jamboree. He really stood out. Today he's had a forced fumble and just a violent hit so far in the game. Clean hit.
Yes. The good kind of violent hit.
And it looks like he might be coming on the blitz as Ethan Martin will bark out some orders to his offensive lineman. And Goulat actually will drop back to pass. Martin looking down the sideline for his receiver. It is incomplete. Pass intended for Jake Maline. And that was Tayon Palmer on the coverage. So Palmer tested for the first time today. Almost able to turn his hips and make a play on it. But a little miscommunication there between Martin and Milne.
David Shannon has gone deep for
Shannon back to receive the punt here. Eric Strands to kick it away for Team Canada. And it's a short punt, so we'll land at about the 50, but bounce all the way back to Shannon. Shannon's going to cover it up, and he's going to make something out of it. David Shannon, an outstanding return. So sometimes you're looking for only about 10 yards, Sean. He was able to make the most out of that.
Yeah, he did a really good job. You know, that's the second time today that a return for Shannon has looked like it wasn't going to be anything spectacular. But as we see here, he's able to turn nothing into a really, really quality return and some good field position.
A lot of times, having an awareness of what to do as a punt returner, whether to catch it or not, whether to try to make something out of it or not, a fair catch, those are really, really, really important factors of the game. And Shannon, with a mature decision there, pretty impressive. Brandon Baeza back in at quarterback for Team USA. And he's going to go back and throw it. And he's looking for Shannon down the left sideline, and it is incomplete. Aman Aula on the coverage for Team Canada as the first quarter has ended. Team USA up 14-0 over Team Canada, and it's been all Team USA so far. Let's take a look at some of the alumni here for USA Football. USA Football has seen the likes of Jameis Winston from Florida State, the Heisman Trophy winner, Todd Gurley, the University of Georgia, Kevin Hogan from Stanford University, Ty Montgomery, the standout wide receiver for Stanford, Stephon Tuitt and Tareen Folston from the University of Notre Dame, and Jackson Shipley from the nearby University of Texas. They've also sent a couple on to the NFL. I think you've heard of some of these guys before. David Wilson of the New York Giants, Aaron Dobson of the New England Patriots, Brian Winters, the New York Jets, and Tyrann Mathieu of the Arizona Cardinals. So really good alumni base for USA Football, and we are sure to see some of these players on the field today that have really been outstanding, and their careers are going to be something that we can look forward to here. going to be a false start on Team USA after quarter number 1. Baeza is 1 for 1 with a touchdown pass. That was to Benjamin Lynch. Marcus Aponte 2 of 2 for 26 yards. One carry by Cesares for 5 yards. One carry by Talbert for 5 yards. And we had the 2 tackles for a loss by Jabari Bennett. Caleb Pruitt now in at quarterback for Team USA. And I believe that's Aiden Rudolph in the backfield for his second time today. And it's a bubble screen once again. This one is complete. Cutting up the field down to the 36-yard line. That's an excellent play by Team USA. Kind of going with what worked, Sean.
Yeah, and that's a play that they like to run. We've seen them practice it all week. We've seen them run it a few times in the Jamboree, and that wide receiver bubble screen, kind of that slot receiver, takes the ball and just goes. And with the kind of athletes that United States has on its roster, you can just give the ball to a guy and say, hey, make something happen.
Well, Team USA is going to spread it out here. See if they go to one of their 3 receivers. Canada's going to stack the box, but they will hand it off to Rudolph, who breaks a tackle and gets the first down. So a 3-yard gain by Aiden Rudolph, good for a first down here for Team USA.
Ryan Leonard made the tackle at the 33-yard line.
So Team USA with another first down conversion, looking to build a 3-score lead.
They're threatening to get off to a really, really nice start here with a potential big lead in the first half.
Pruitt will come out under center. He's got 2 backs behind him. Stevenson back in the game at fullback. And he's going to fake it, roll to his left, looking for Stevenson. Pass complete at the 30. Stevenson breaks a tackle down to the 20-yard line.
Pruitt passing complete to Jaron Stevenson. He's knocked out of bounds at the 17-yard line.
So Stevenson, that's his second touch on the game, and every time he's touched it so far, whether it be Wednesday night or today, Sean, he's been making plays.
And we'll back up for our sky view here and take a look at the whole field, and look at that. 3 guys right near him, and he's able to get away from all of them and pick up some nice yardage for a first down.
That was Nike Hawkins on the block there, getting a little bit of help from his receiver. And it looks like there will be a timeout on the field. So Team USA leading 14-0, trying to make it a 3-score game. And I'm not sure if we have an injured player down on the sideline.
Looks like we have Canada.
For Team Canada.
I believe that's Kyle Baker down on the sideline.
Kyle Baker, it looks like he is sitting up, so it looks like he is better than he was to start off that play or to end that play. But Kyle Baker, that's something that needs to be said. He's always around the football, no matter what it is. Kyle Baker has been one of the standout defensive players for Team Canada, and he is up and walking off under his own power. So that's great to see.
Yeah, always good to see, especially with these young kids. You know, you never like to see anybody injured, but when you can tell, as it is in this case, that it's nothing serious, you know, he'll probably be just fine.
And we will continue with our Upper Deck Alumni Spotlight, presented to you by Upper Deck. Collect the best. Here's another look at Jameis Winston. He was a member of the 2011 U-19 team, 2013 Heisman Trophy winner, and, of course, a national champion this year with Florida State University. So Pruitt will continue to call the signals here for Team USA. Back to pass. He's got a receiver open. Caught at the 15 and down to the 4-yard line. That's Bryson Richardson, his second grab of the day. Bryson Richardson, one of the playmaking receivers here for Team USA. As you can see here, Bryson Richardson, really these are some of the highlights from his middle school team. Some breakaway speed, some excellent athleticism by Richardson. Just finds himself all alone all the time on the field. So Richardson, a really top-level talent here for Team USA. And the give up the middle is to Stevenson. Stevenson barrels his way down to the 1-yard line. So Stevenson kind of playing almost like an H-back today. A fullback, he'll get the ball in at tailback too. Really versatile running back is Stevenson, and they're getting all they can ask for from the flag bearer here for Team USA.
And, you know, Tom, there's a reason that he got that honor to bear the flag in the pregame ceremonies, and that's because he's one of the best players that you're going to see on this field. He's outstanding. He can do a lot of really good things on the football field, and, you know, he's one of the most important players for the United States.
Yeah, one of the hardest workers as well. He will be by himself in the backfield once again. He's a team MVP of his team this year. It rolls to his left, and into the end zone untouched is Caleb Pruitt. He'll put it in for Team USA. That'll put them up 3 touchdowns here in the second quarter. Caleb Pruitt finding some grass and just taking it.
And as soon as that play started, you saw that hole open up. He rolled out to his left, and, you know, he was probably thinking to pass it because he is a guy who can throw the football well, but absolutely made the right call to hit that wide open hole and score the touchdown.
Antonello going to line up another extra point. He is 2 for 2 on the day. And this one will, there's going to be a flag before the kick. And it'll be against Team USA. So they're going to move him back, and Antonello's going to try a more difficult extra point attempt.
With the way he's kicking today, I don't think he'll have any problem with it.
You're probably right in that assumption, Sean. So Antonello will now kick it from the 7-yard line. It'll be about a 17-yard attempt here. And this one smooth through the uprights. So Antonello went through a little bit of adversity here, but now he is 3 for 3 on the day in extra point attempts. Caleb Pruitt, you just saw score a touchdown there. The quarterback at General Ray Davis Middle School. The person he would most like to meet, head coach Nick Saban. And I don't know, if he keeps on this track, he might have the opportunity to play for him.
Yeah, he certainly might have the opportunity to meet him and then some. I'm sure Coach Saban will want to be his best friend in a few years once he's able to be recruited.
Aiden Carter and Aloki back to receive for Team Canada. So that's Kean Williams. Williams, return specialist and overall athlete for Team Canada. They like to use him in a lot of different situations where he can get the ball in his hands. And the kick from Antonello. It's a line drive, and Aloki will snatch it at the 20. Aloki at the 35, and he's brought down by a couple Team USA tacklers, including number 26 Tyler Hodges and number 33 Joseph Cesares. It'll be 1st and 10 for Team Canada. Ethan Martin back in at quarterback. We'll try to cut into this deficit here, Sean. 3 touchdowns in a row, unanswered for Team USA. And so far, Team Canada really struggling, trying to move the ball and stop them. So everything going USA's way so far here today. And this is a fake of power. And Ethan Martin rolls to his right, and this will be incomplete. It is dropped by number 31, Israel Braithwaite.
The incompletion will bring up 2nd down and 10 at the 36.
But that was a good fake by Team Canada. They pulled the guard and everything. And Ethan Martin tucked it, rolled in the opposite direction, but unable to connect with his receiver. So it'll be 2nd and 10 now from the 36-yard line. Backs in the eye. John Bailey Goulat scaring everybody at the middle linebacker position. And the give now is to Williams. Williams has a little bit of room to run, breaks a couple tackles, and he will be brought down at the 44-yard line. And that'll be just a couple yards short of the first down marker, but an impressive run by Williams.
Yeah, really good job. He picked up about 8 on the play, so a really good run. He keeps doing that, and Canada could have a chance to get back in this one.
Cesarez on the tackle for Team USA, the 5'9", 185-pound linebacker out of Rice Junior High in nearby Eagle Lake, Texas. Team Canada will bring out an extra receiver here. Like USA will back off on the pressure, but it is a draw play, and John Bailey, oh my gulat. This play is outstanding.
What? Can we check his birth certificate? He is a man down on that field, Tom.
Well, he is moving so fast to the football that it doesn't even allow for the blockers to get to the second level and get a hand on him. So he sees this opening, cuts to the ball carrier, who is Rashid Tucker, and hits him so hard that the ball comes flying out of his grasp and be able to be recovered by Team Canada. It'll be 4th and 4 now. And still kind of mesmerized by the play of John Bailey Gulat here in the first half.
The United States with a chance to get the ball back with really, really good field position.
And Martin with a quick kick. And this will take a Team Canada bounce inside the 30-yard line. So it was a well-executed play by Team Canada. And they will pin Team USA back a bit here in some unfavorable field position here. So John Bailey Gulat and Bennett really doing some work on the defensive side of the ball for Team USA and dominating this football game so far. Portions of today's game brought to you by St. Vincent Sport Performance, defining sports performance. By Stubbs Legendary Barbecue Sauce, made right with all natural, gluten-free ingredients. And, of course, by Shock Doctor, the leader in mouthguard technology. So, J.D. Head will be under center here for Team USA. And the give to Zach Smith for a gain of about 4 on first down.
The carry by the USA is to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 3 yards, second down 7.
And portions of today's game brought to you by Marriott, the official hotel partner and VIP hospitality sponsor. Marriott is the official hotel partner of USA Football and the USA National Football Team. Special thanks to Marriott for their support of USA Football and the national team program. We've been staying at the DFW Airport South Marriott, Sean.
Beautiful.
Tremendous amenities.
I have gotten some of the best sleep that I have gotten in ages.
You and me both. And that bar of soap, whatever it is, it's triangular shaped, and it is fantastic. So big thanks to Marriott, the official hotel partner of USA Football. And still player on Team Canada being tended to. So we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be back right after this. Don't go anywhere. You're watching the International Bowl Series here on ESPN3.
For me, I always had to do things the right way. I could never get away with doing things just so-so or almost all the way. I had to do everything perfectly. You see me, I'm not a big guy. I'm only about this tall. You know, I probably should have never made it to the NFL. Everyone always looks at me and says, "You played in the NFL?" I say, "Yeah, I know I'm small, but I have a big heart." And I've always heard that, but one thing I know that helps me is doing things the right way. Proper technique, proper study habits. I didn't always have the physical gifts, but the controllables, the things that I could control with film study, with technique, perfect form, perfect tackling, that's what gave me an edge, because I was willing to do everything completely and fully the right way.
And welcome back to UT-Arlington for the U-15 U.S. versus Canada game here at Maverick Stadium. Team USA leading Team Canada a score of 21-0 as the give is to Zach Smith. Gets a first down and then some, knocked out at about the 45-yard line.
And how about this? It doesn't matter whether it's Smith or Stevenson. Everybody on the United States getting involved with those runs.
Zach Smith doing a great job getting to the outside and staying in bounds, tiptoeing the sideline, gaining about 15 there. So everything offensively going pretty smoothly here for Team USA. J.D. Head in at quarterback. He's got Stevenson and Smith behind him. Going to see if Team USA sticks to the ground game, and they do. And untouched into the backfield for Team Canada, number 92, Simon Owen Black.
Black doing his Goulart impression on that one.
Yeah, we've seen some great play out of the defensive linemen on both teams here. As Owen Black just looks like a missed assignment there, and he will bring Smith down in the backfield for a loss of 5. Ahead will come back to the line of scrimmage. Backs in the eye. Back to pass. Quick throw. That is complete to number 81, David Shannon. And Shannon will pick up about 9. So they will make it now 3rd and manageable. These quick passes, Sean, really doing wonders for Team USA.
Yeah, you know, we talked about the athleticism that the United States has. Just get the ball to the playmakers, and, you know, in seemingly every scenario that they've done that so far, it's been a positive gain.
So 3rd and 5 here. See if they stick to the ground game or put it through the air. A couple deep opportunities for Marcus Aponte in the first quarter. We haven't seen it yet out of the other USA quarterbacks. And Beza, Pruitt, and Head. Head back to pass once again. Now he's in some trouble. And this one is intercepted. Number 24, Jet Elad on the pick. And J.D. Head feeling some pressure off his back foot, throws into double coverage, and the interception for Team Canada gets them the ball inside the 50.
Yeah, it seemed like half of Canada's front was right in his face there, and good coverage downfield as well. There just wasn't much to do with that play.
So Elad with his first interception of the day. Ethan Martin now back into the game for Team Canada. They'll come out in an empty set. Team USA will come up on the 3 receivers. And Martin will take it himself, cut up the field, and gain about 10. They're going to mark him short of the first down. He is brought down by Joseph Cesares as Ethan Martin tucking and making a really athletic play off the left tackle.
And that's something, you know, a lot of times you see running plays, you try to get everybody in the middle of the field for some good blocking, but they spread it out to create the space, and that's why he was able to pick that up.
Martin back to pass once again. It's a design draw. He will break a tackle and get brought down, but a fumble on the play, and Woods picks it up for Team USA. He's at the 35, brought down and chased down on the sideline. Ernest Woods with the fumble recovery and a return of about 30 yards. Ernest Woods scooping it up after a nice play by Ethan Martin. And Team USA will take over. So just when Team Canada looks like it's getting a little bit of rhythm on offense, Team USA creates another turnover.
Yeah, Team USA has forced 4 fumbles in this game, recovered 3 of them. And, you know, right there, you see on the scoreboard, it's been a huge reason why the United States, it's been all Team USA today.
And that was Cameron Flowers, the big defensive tackle running down the sideline, not Ernest Woods, but tricked me up here because he was motoring down the sideline. Big defensive lineman. So it looks like Team USA doing some drills in practice, learning on how to take advantage of turnovers and not only cover up the football, but make something out of it. Marcus Aponte back in at quarterback. He's in the pistol formation with Aiden Rudolph behind him. Shannon comes in motion. He'll take it off the left side. David Shannon with some room to run. Down to the 10, knocked out of bounds at the 6. And Nyquist Hawkins with a nice block on the left side. Once again, clearing some space for his teammate. So David Shannon being a feature of this offense so far in the first half.
And as you see, it looks like Shannon doesn't have a ton of space as the linebacker's there, but then Shannon makes a cut to his left and is able to run so fast he's off screen.
So they will drop the sticks now. It'll be 1st and goal from about the 7-yard line. And Aiden Rudolph by himself in the backfield. So we're seeing a lot of different formations here from Team USA as Aponte throws this one into the back of the end zone. Touchdown, Hawkins. Pass was intended for Benjamin Lynch, went off his hands and fell right into the breadbasket for Hawkins.
Just how they drew it up.
A good pass from Marcus Aponte. As I was about to say, we're seeing a really multiple offense here by Team USA, coming in a lot of different formations. We've seen the pistol. We've seen your standard I formation. We've seen a spread version and a good fake by Aponte. Once again, all of these USA quarterbacks doing an outstanding job in rollouts. So really good sell on the fake as Antonello knocks this one through. He is 4 for 4 now in extra point attempts. So the U-15 Team USA team is dominating the opening game of our International Bowl Series here at UT-Arlington at Maverick Stadium. Alongside Sean Lerman, I'm Tom Monfiletto, Matt Ferrara helping us out in the booth, and Derek Raymond controlling the cameras here. It's the first time that we have had our USA Football International Bowl Series being simulcast on ESPN3. Happy to be there and welcome everybody joining from the Watch ESPN app. Back to receive is Iloki and Williams once again for Team Canada. And just to the left of Antonello, you see the red sleeves, JBG. And this one will be taken in by Iloki at the 32-yard line. So Team Canada will take over now at the 34-yard line, looking to get some points on the board before the end of the first half. 3.5 to go here. Ethan Martin back in at quarterback for Team USA. So Team Canada will spread it out here. 3.5 to go here in the first half. Saw this formation Wednesday night, and it went right to Kean Williams for a big gain. But, there it goes to Williams, and Williams with a spin move at the 40, and that's a gain of about 15 for Kean Williams. It might be coming back, but Jabari Bennett once again untouched into the backfield, and this will be coming back. But Ethan Martin able to give it to Williams as he was getting just swallowed by Bennett.
And the United States lucky for that holding call there, because that was a big gain and a really nicely run play by Canada, but the holding call brings them back another 10 yards.
24-yard line, and will bring up first down and 20.
So it'll be 1st and 20 now. They're going to call 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so it erases a really nice run by Williams. And Kean Williams doing an outstanding job in the open field today. Martin back to pass, and he finds a receiver, and he is brought down immediately. What a hit. Aiden Rudolph coming in at the corner position. Been getting some snaps at tailback, but a really nice play coming up on it and making an excellent play. As Milne was the receiver for Team Canada. Team Canada making some mass substitutions here. A lot of times, Sean, in these games where you have not really an all-star team, but a team that hasn't played together in a long time, you have a lot of talent. You make your substitutions kind of with different packages and different formations. That's what we're seeing so far here out of Team Canada.
Yeah, it's a national game. Everybody wants to get in it. Hopefully all these kids get a chance to play.
Martin back to pass. Flowers is on his tail. So is Bennett. Able to escape Bennett and gain about 4 yards on the play. Ethan Martin, some outstanding escapability. Alan Darge be credited for the tackle as he knocked Martin out of bounds. We're going to take another look at it here. Martin just got all kinds of defensive linemen breathing down his neck and able to make a positive play out of it. So pretty remarkable performance so far from Ethan Martin in that regard, as these defensive linemen for Team USA are giving Team Canada all they can handle. Bennett's got 2 tackles for a loss, a forced fumble. Flowers has a fumble recovery and a return of about 35 yards down the sideline.
I'm sure they'd like another one here.
Martin will come in under center, 3rd and 6. And a flag on the play. Might be offsides on Team USA. Tucker will carry. And it will be offsides on Team USA. So that'll be a free 5 yards for Team Canada. And it will make it 3rd and a lot more manageable.
5-yard penalty against Team USA for being offside. That'll move the ball to the 43-yard line and bring up 3rd down and 1.
3rd and 1 here for Team Canada. Unable to garner much offense here in the first half. This has been a pretty dominant performance from Team USA. And the give is to Williams off the left side, and he's got some room to run. He's at the 45, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at the 40. Kean Williams with a nice burst of speed to the sideline, and he'll keep the chains moving here for Team Canada.
And that's what Canada needs to do if they want to get back into it. Don't think about getting 28 points back in one giant chunk. Just work on first down at a time, a couple plays at a time, make positive plays, and eventually you'll have a chance to score the points.
And Kean Williams, whether it be returning kicks or even receiving the football or running, on a lot of touches today. So he is definitely somebody that this Team Canada coaching staff really believes in and really wants the ball in his hands. And the give is to Tucker, making a shoestring tackle. Number 46 for Team USA, Israel Areza, big linebacker from Peoria, Arizona. Nice play, a tackle for a loss for Areza, make his first tackle of the game. About 1:15 to go here at UT-Arlington. I want to remind you that portions of today's game brought to you by Tyson Fresh Chicken. Serve chicken that's farm fresh. Serve Tyson Chicken. Also by Gatorade, the G Series, Prime, Perform, and Recover. And also by Cutters. No other glove performs like Cutters. All of the gloves supplied to the Team USA national teams have been supplied by Cutters. They did not supply our spotter, Matt Ferrara, with the pair of texting gloves that he's wearing right now, which allows you to manipulate touch screens without having to take your glove off.
Yeah, it's a pretty nifty little feature.
I hear that is in the new line for Cutters, because the kids nowadays, they just like to tweet wherever they can do it from. So even while they're at the receiver position, before they catch a pass, they can tweet.
Hashtag touchdown.
And you just ruined it. Alongside Sean Lerman, I'm Tom Monfiletto. This is USA Football's coverage of the International Bowl Series live from Maverick Stadium, being simulcast on ESPN3 and the Watch ESPN app. So Team Canada will come out 2nd and 11 now with 1:15 to go in the half.
Plenty of time to get some points on the board going into halftime.
Martin under center. Looked like Tucker got a bit of a head start. Martin's just going to throw this one up in the air, and it is broken up. I believe that's Alan Darge was in the area. Number 52, Aiden Gillis, also in coverage.
Martin lucked out there. That could have very easily been another turnover for this Canadian team.
So it'll be 3rd and long now from the 47, about the 48-yard line. And Martin showed some decent athleticism earlier on in a couple of the other series that we saw, Sean. Sometimes when you have the entire defensive line breathing down on you, it's a little bit difficult to escape it.
Yeah, he's done a good job so far of running with the ball. I'd like to see him do a little bit more in the passing game.
We saw Rashid Tucker kind of had to lean a little bit because he knew that Team USC linebacking core was coming after his quarterback. So the give now to Kean Williams, and Williams tries to cut up the middle, breaks a tackle, and he's got some room off the right sideline. Kean Williams to the 25, breaks another tackle, tries to cut it up the field, and he is eventually brought down at the 13-yard line. Kean Williams, ladies and gentlemen, having himself an outstanding half of football here.
There was a flag thrown on that one. I'm not sure. It may have been a face mask against the United States, but it also could have been a hold.
It also looked like somebody on Team USA got a handful of helmet, and it is going to be on Team USA, so this will stand for Team Canada. A really outstanding run by Kean Williams, reversing field, staying on his feet, and refusing to go down. Draw play to Williams. And watch him reverse field after absorbing the face mask penalty. And then just kind of throws Alan Darge away and gains an extra 4 to 5 yards now. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Team Canada trying to get on the board for the first time today.
And now, with 40 seconds and only about 7 yards to go, they have all the time in the world.
So Martin now with 2 backs behind him. One of them, Kean Williams. And he's going to give it to Williams once again, but this time he is wrapped up by a host of Team USA defenders. And they will stop the clock now at 25 seconds as Team Canada will take a timeout. So a good job by the defensive line of Team USA to swallow up Williams after he just slithered his way for a 30-yard gain in the previous play. So the Team USA linebacking core, Sean, I think doing a phenomenal job so far because there are holes for these running backs to run through, but they're getting filled pretty quickly.
Yeah, the defensive line is fighting hard, but these offensive linemen for Team Canada are big and they're strong. So it's really important for the USA linebackers to continue playing at a high level because it's really tough for the linemen to fight through those holes. And having those linebackers come up is just so important.
And Sheldon Key has been working with the linebackers all week long, one of the coaches for the U-15 U.S. team. He's an assistant coach at NC State. So again, some excellent tutelage as all the Team USA personnel have been able to get throughout the development camps, and then in the development games over the summer, and then here during International Bowl Week. So former NFL player Fabian Bounds helping out the defensive backs. So a great staff of coaches to learn from all week long. 25 seconds to go here. And there's a fumble on the play, and it is scooped up by Team USA. It is a fumble on the quarterback-running back exchange, and it is recovered by Ryan Wheaton. That's his second fumble recovery of the game. And Wheaton just falling on top of it, covering this one up. And that is the 4th turnover for Team USA.
And that's a really tough one for Team Canada, as there wasn't any even contact to force the fumble. It was just a miscue between quarterback and running back that ended with a turnover in possession.
A good job by Wheaton just to fall on it and secure it for Team USA, as they'll probably run out the clock here. 22 seconds to go in the first half, and really taking the wind out of Team Canada's sails whenever they have the opportunity to. Team Canada getting something going there with Kean Williams. And Ethan Martin making some plays under center. Brandon Beza into the game for Team USA. He's going to take it himself up the middle. He's going to break a tackle at the 20-yard line and eventually be brought down after a first down. So a quarterback draw. And that will move the chains for Team USA. Brandon Beza putting in some decent work here under center for Team USA.
Yeah, how about that? Some slick moves by the quarterback. Love to see that.
So we'll be under 5 seconds to play here, and Team USA will let the clock run out, and they will hang their hats on an outstanding first half of play here. What a way to kick off the International Bowl Series here at UT-Arlington at Maverick Stadium. And Team USA leads Team Canada by a score of 28-0. And we will take a quick break, and we'll be coming back with some halftime reports, and we'll get you up to date on some of the stats here for Team USA. 4 turnovers, 4 touchdowns. It's been all Team USA so far here today. You're watching USA Football's International Bowl here on ESPN3 and the Watch ESPN app.
College football stars of tomorrow are being built today thanks to the support of Tyson Fresh Chicken and Stubbs Legendary Barbecue Sauce. Tyson is the presenting sponsor of the USA Football Tailgate Tour, a salute to top high school student athletes selected to play for the U.S. National Football Team. The USA Football National Team program boasts a star-studded list of alumni, including New York Giants running back David Wilson, Florida State quarterback Jameis Winston, Georgia running back Todd Gurley, and Stanford signal caller Kevin Hogan. This fall, the USA Football Tailgate Tour made 14 stops across the country to honor student athletes selected to participate on U.S. national teams. Tour stops featured visits to high school pep rallies, pregame jersey ceremonies, and tailgate parties prior to games, featuring Tyson Fresh Chicken samples prepared with Stubbs Legendary Barbecue Sauces and marinades.
Oh, very excited.
Yeah,
we are so proud of him.
He's a really hard worker, and everything he does, he goes 100%. And he's also a good kid, a good student, just all around a good.
With a tackle for the Highlanders.
Tyson and Stubbs made sure that fans walked away with giveaways, had the chance to enjoy interactive tailgate games, and hosted special meet and greet autograph sessions with current and former NFL players, mascots, and cheerleaders.
This is great atmosphere. I mean, it reminded me back of my high school days, like just reminiscing just at this moment. And I mean, those guys are lucky to be out there, even though I'm in the NFL. That was still one of the funnest football times in my life.
Basically because these guys play their hearts out. You know, I mean, it's big. You know, every kid needs to know that they're doing well. Getting these type of things is like really important, and it's going to propel them, you know, to all types of new heights, new goals. It's like, hey, I really accomplished something, and everybody likes accomplishments.
Each of the high schools involved were honored to have the Tailgate Tour visit their school and were great ambassadors for the Tyson and Stubbs brands.
Well, St. Rita football, we're in our 102nd year. The energy here for football games is always great, but Tyson Chicken being here tonight added a lot of flavor, and I know everybody enjoyed sampling the chicken, seeing Desmond Clark, Staley. You know, it was a great night, a great addition to the atmosphere.
It was delicious. I tried every flavor barbecue sauce. I'm from Texas, so I like my barbecue. It's nice. It brings more attention to the school, which is ultimately what we want, is to get the word out about Lutheran North.
In total, the Tailgate Tour impacted more than 30,000 high school football fans in 10 markets from September through November, distributing more than 15,000 Tyson Fresh Chicken samples. The Tailgate Tour had its own microsite featuring a tailgate recipe contest, and tour stops were promoted on USAFootball.com as well as other USA Football social media channels, including Facebook and Twitter. Thank you to Tyson Fresh Chicken and Stubbs Legendary Barbecue Sauce for your support of USA Football's national team program and for helping to create lasting memories for these great athletes. At USA Football, creating a better, safer game is our #1 priority. The second annual Protection Tour, part of USA Football's Heads Up Football initiative, is a series of free, one-day events for players and parents that delivers expert-driven health and safety education focused on teaching proper tackling fundamentals, equipment fitting, and concussion awareness.
We need to go out here, start this thing from the bottom level, teach these young athletes, these 6, 7, 8, 9s, how to tackle properly so they can grow up playing the game the right way.
Supported by corporate partners Riddell and AIG, the 2013 Protection Tour impacted more than 2,300 youth football players and parents in 5 NFL markets throughout July and August. Events were hosted by the San Francisco 49ers, Dallas Cowboys, Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings, and New York Giants. At each Protection Tour stop, players were introduced to the 5-step heads-up football tackling technique and participated in various football tackling drills, while parents learned about concussion awareness and proper helmet fitting. Each player was measured and sized for a helmet by a Riddell equipment expert to show parents the proper helmet size and fit. Protection Tour stops also included interaction with current and former NFL players.
The concept of team, working with others, and working collectively towards one goal. I think those are life skills, not just football skills. And, I really think that football teaches you more about those skills than any other sport that there is for kids to play today.
7-time Pro Bowl receiver Larry Fitzgerald of the Arizona Cardinals served as the Protection Tour's national spokesperson and conducted a media tour in New York City, appearing on numerous national television and radio shows to promote the events.
There's free tours all around the country at many NFL sites that are teaching proper fittings for helmets and shoulder pads, concussion education, and also proper tackling techniques, which is so important at the youth level.
The Protection Tour teaches young athletes the proper way to tackle and engages parents in the learning process. An educated and engaged youth football parent makes for a better, safer game.
And welcome back to Maverick Stadium here at UT-Arlington. It is game #1 of the USA Football International Bowl Series alongside Sean Lerman. I'm Tom Monfiletto, and there you see it, nearby AT&T Stadium, where both teams played in what was called a jamboree Wednesday night. The U-15 U.S. team versus Canada got going there and really got a feel of each other in that game. It was their first opportunity to play against one another. We also had the National Signing Day breakfast earlier in the morning at AT&T Stadium. But here on the field at UT-Arlington at Maverick Stadium, it has been all Team USA, Sean.
Yeah, it absolutely has. The Jamboree was great. It was a ton of fun, and it was a great opportunity for the United States to practice all their sets and really get ready for today, when it's the big day, the big games today, and it's been all United States. The story of the first half has to be those turnovers. It's been 100% the United States getting turnovers, forcing them, and then scoring points off of them.
Yeah, let's take a look at our halftime recap here as we see the 4 turnovers here, and we see the 4 touchdowns. Benjamin Lynch had a receiving touchdown off of a bubble screen. The short pass is really doing well, really doing wonders for Team USA here today. All quarterbacks doing a great job getting rid of it quickly. You talk to some of the coaches, they tell you they don't want their guys to be quarterbacks in those situations, Sean, and you know this from playing baseball. They want them to be shortstops. They want them turning double plays. That's as quick as they want the release to be, and it's been outstanding so far. Ryan Wheaton had a big fumble recovery and bowled his way all the way into the end zone, took on about 5 Team Canada defenders, and really just bowled all the way, just tumbling into the end zone with everybody on his back. Really impressive play there. But that play was created by Jabari Bennett, who has been all over the field. Bennett has been playing nose tackle, and he has been giving Team Canada all kinds of trouble on the offensive line.
And then the other name that you don't see up there is John Bailey Goulat, who has been just the player to watch so far. He has been an absolute monster, forcing fumbles, making tackles in the backfield, and he's a big reason that Canada has yet to put a point on the board.
So the 3rd touchdown of the game came from Caleb Pruitt on a naked bootleg. That's one of the plays that Team USA has been using to a great extent with a lot of success this year, or in this first half. And then Nike Hawkins, off of a deflected pass intended for Benjamin Lynch from the hands of Marcus Aponte, caught one in the corner of the end zone. But as you said, Sean, the name of the first half has been the turnover game, and Team USA has won that. So we'll go back and we'll look at some of the bigger plays from the first half. As you said, John Bailey Goulat doing a great job, really just having a great nose for the football and going after it. As you see him cause a fumble right here, that was the first fumble created by Team USA, and that was picked up by Hodges. But Goulat, really, really great instincts from the linebacker position and can really fill some holes nicely. And there we see Ryan Wheaton's fumble recovery as he will take, I guess it was only one Team Canada defender, but he will drag him all the way into the end zone. That was Kean Williams. And Ryan Wheaton right there with the fumble recovery and a return for a touchdown. So the defense really, really has been creating a lot of opportunities for the offense, Sean.
And, you know, it hasn't been big, giant hits that have caused these turnovers, and that's a product of the United States learning proper tackling form. And, you know, the heads-up campaign, a big part of that. And, you know, it's funny, when you tackle the right way, you don't have to hit that hard, and you can force yourself a fumble.
And here is the touchdown pass from Baez to Lynch. And Lynch off to the left sideline, and he beats all of his defenders for a touchdown. And, Sean, as you mentioned and alluded to there, USA Football taking on an initiative, a player safety initiative, where they're teaching, and you saw in the videos, you were paying attention to the videos, they really stress proper equipment fitting, proper tackling technique, and always, always keeping your head up and your eyes up. And that's one of the most important things to learn now as the game keeps changing, as we're making changes in the game and the rules to benefit player safety. USA Football has done really an outstanding job to spread the word on how to play this game the right way. They've been involved with over 2,800 youth programs where they will train player safety coaches that then go on to their youth programs, and they will train those coaches on how to tackle the proper way, how to play the proper way. And it's been an outstanding initiative so far, being headed by USA Football. It's being supported by the NFL, the Big Ten, the Pac-12, and the Big 12 as well.
And, you know, it's so important to teach these kids at a young age, too. You can't start teaching kids proper tackling form when they're 17, 18, 19, 20 years old. So it's about getting to them when they're young, teaching them the right way to play the game so that it's safe and really so it's fun.
And here's more on the USA Football Heads Up initiative. We'll be back with second half action right here on ESPN3 and the Watch ESPN app. getting set to start here at our second half of play. The U-15 U.S. versus Canada International Bowl game kicks off our International Bowl series here at UT-Arlington. Alongside Sean Lerman, I'm Tom Monfiletto. Sean, Team Canada facing a 28-point deficit. What do you think the coaches went over in the locker room at halftime?
I think the main thing that you have to drive home is you can't score 28 points on one possession. Take it one possession at a time, get the ball into your hands of your playmakers, and just try to score points in little small chunks while playing good defense.
Kian Williams and Unreal Iloki back to receive for Team Canada, as Antonello will boot this one away, and it will be received by Williams at the 25-yard line. Williams very dangerous in the open field, and he'll get taken down at the 40-yard line by number 30, Tayon Palmer. So Team Canada will start off with some field position. Sean, I think another thing that was probably stressed in the locker room was taking advantage of the opportunities that they've had. They've gotten stuff going on offense, but they've been haunted by turnovers. Seems like every bit of momentum that they get has been destructed with their turnovers.
Yeah, I mean, protect the football. That's got to be the number one thing that you say is just hold on to the ball and, hold it tight, don't turn it over. You might not get the extra couple yards at the end of a play, but at least you'll still have the ball.
Ethan Martin in at quarterback. We'll hope to take care of the football here for Team Canada as they need to get something going on offense. And it's a fake pitch, and Martin off to the right side, and he will be taken down on the play. Looks like that's Hodges making the tackle on the far sideline. It was Noah Lopez on the tackle, excuse me. So a great play coming up from the corner position. Seemed like Martin had some room to run, but it was quickly negated.
And when Martin took off, he was all the way back at the 50-yard line, really covered a lot of ground to make that tackle.
Team Canada coming out with two backs in the I formation, two receivers to the short side of the field. And the give to Williams up the middle, try to bounce it outside. Gets away from the grasp of Goulat.
Not an easy thing to do.
No, I'm sure some of the Team Canada running backs might have some nightmares about JBG later on. As they lay their head down at night, JBG. Oh, I heard an interesting scouting report on John Bailey Goulat that said when the boogeyman goes to bed, he checks the closet for John Bailey Goulat.
Wow, that is quite the report.
That is, when you're up there, boogeyman status, when you're on his radar, you got something good going on. Martin, back to pass, and it is intercepted by John Bailey Goulat. He breaks a tackle, and he's off to the races. Down the sideline at the 15, he's got one guy to beat, John Bailey Goulat. Into the end zone, touchdown, Team USA. What else can he do?
What an athlete. What an outstanding football player to be able to come up, stop the run, intercept the ball, and then take it all the way to the house. We don't have enough words in the English language to describe how great JBG has played today.
That's actually Smodis in at quarterback, and just right into the hands of Goulat, who is not only running in for a touchdown, but he is racing away with the player of the game here. I don't want to give stuff away, but he is our heavy favorite, as Antonello is 5 for 5 on extra point attempts. So he's done a fantastic job as well. But JBG, almost on cue, putting it into the end zone for the second defensive touchdown now for Team USA.
Continuing to scare the boogeyman, right, Tom?
Oh, boy. I'll have a decent highlight tape to take from this one. Plays fullback and tailback for his middle school. He's played fullback, tailback, middle linebacker his whole life. He was an East Bay All-American Bowl selection as well. Finished the year this year with 12 touchdowns, 618 yards on 60 carries. One game he had 4 carries for 4 touchdowns, including a 60-yard run and a 40-yard run. Finished the year with 54 tackles and a pick on defense. and he is continuing his outstanding play here at UT-Arlington as a bit of snow begins to fall. It's a bit of a surprise for North Texas. And Loki unable to come up with it, but Kean Williams looks like was able to snatch it up for Team Canada and avoid another huge mishap on special teams.
Williams has been a bright spot for Team Canada today in a game with maybe not a ton of bright spots. Williams has done a good job. He's carried the ball well. You know, he had a couple plays negated by some tough holding calls, but overall he's been an outstanding player.
Ethan Martin back in at quarterback for Team Canada. So Martin will have Williams in the backfield with him. And it looks like John Bailey Goulat has a bit of a break. And the give is to Tucker, and Tucker has brought down from behind by Dickinson.
Even with Goulat out, the USA defense doesn't even miss a beat. Only a 2-yard gain on that one.
Connor Dickinson, 5'11", 150-pound linebacker from Glenwood Middle School in Chatham, Illinois.
Here, it's lovely there this time of year.
I haven't heard that, but I'll take your word for it, Sean. I'll tell you that. So Team USA linebacking core doing a fantastic job all game long. Their defensive line, really all three levels of their defense, been really fun to watch so far here today. Martin the give to Tucker, that's Williams, excuse me, and making a play in the backfield. Number 46, Israel Areza from Peoria, Arizona, and they're going to call a flag. It's going to be an illegal chop block by Team Canada. So this one will go back even further, and that was a really nice play by Areza, diving at the legs of Williams and tripping him up just enough to let his Team USA teammates clean up the play. 9 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It has been all Team USA. Later on today, we have the U-16 U.S. vs. Canada game, and then tonight will be the main event, which will be the U-19 U.S. vs. Canada game. Lincoln Rose will be in here. We'll have the call for you. Hear his sweet voice on many other ESPN 3 broadcasts. Ethan Martin in the gun and is able to get rid of it and gets it to Kean Williams, and Williams is able to gain about 6 on the play, and another almost disaster for Team Canada is averted by the athleticism of Kean Williams.
And Williams has been the only one who's been able to avoid disaster, it seems, for Canada.
Kean Williams, one of the captains of this Team Canada team. We saw him Wednesday night at the Jamboree inside AT&T Stadium. Sean was running all over the place, and it is not for lack of trying. So Team Canada will walk off the field today knowing that they put the ball in their best player's hands a good amount, and so far it just hasn't worked out. Ethan Martin back trying to set up a screen, and it is almost intercepted. This was attempted for Williams, and Cameron Flowers, almost with his second forced turnover of the day. He had a fumble recovery earlier in the game. We're going to get on the interception board here. It's Team USA having a lot of fun here on defense. It is 4th and long, and back to punt for Team Canada is number 28, Eric Strands.
Yeah, it's easy to give a lot of love to the offense, but it's been the defense of the United States team here that's been so fun to watch. They've just been absolutely as close to perfect as you can get all day today.
Alan Darge back to receive, and this will be a short one, and it'll go out of bounds. So Team USA will take over. And Jabari Bennett almost blocking that. So Bennett wearing number 72, much like the standout defensive lineman, Pro Bowl defensive lineman for the Seattle Seahawks, brother of Martellus Bennett. Team USA will come out and try to build on this lead. 35-0 here. Under 8 minutes to go. It's like that's Brandon Beza into the game for Team USA. He's got a touchdown pass already. Smith in at tailback. Shannon comes in motion. Shannon takes it. He's got some room to run. He's at the 30. Coughs it up, and Team Canada recovers it. So a forced fumble right into the lap of Team Canada. Kevin Victomy recovered the fumble for Team Canada. So David Shannon trying to get the ball in the hands of one of their playmakers. Been having a really good game so far. And we'll take another look at it here with really a nice run and a well set up play. And this one will be recovered by Team Canada, and Smodis will come back into the game at the quarterback position for Team Canada. And there's going to be a false start on Kean Williams. I'm trying to get a little head start there. And not on the same page with Smoldis.
The precipitation starting to come down pretty hard out here, Tom. Quite a bit of snow and some rain.
Seeing some umbrellas open up below us here in Maverick Stadium. A little bit of shelter we have. There's a bit of an overhang here on the Team Canada sideline as we see some of the patrons make their way up under the overhang. It's under 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Team USA leading by 35. And the give is to Tucker up the middle, and he'll be brought down by about 5 Team USA defenders. Cameron Flowers being one of them. Jordan Gallegos checking into the game for the first time today for Team USA, the 5'6", 150-pound cornerback from Lake Mead Christian, Henderson, Nevada. So Team Canada not really trying to test the Team USA secondary so far today. They haven't had much time to throw it. They've pretty much relied on the ground game as they go back to Williams, and making the play in the backfield once again is Team USA and Ryan Wheaton.
Wheaton's been another guy for the defense. He's been all over the field with the touchdown, another fumble recovery on top of that, and then that big tackle for a loss there.
A lot of promising athletes here on the defensive side of the ball for Team USA. Really just have done all that they possibly can do. So the Team USA coaching staff really has to be happy with their performance here today. Sheldon Key, the linebacker coach. Rich Thomas, the defensive line coach from Flint Hill High School out of Oakton, Virginia. Fabian Bounds, the defensive back coach. Everybody, all 3 levels of that defense, been playing out of their minds today. And with limited time to practice, limited time to really put in some plays or a couple different schemes, as the interception is nearly made and it's dropped by Demiano Parra for Team USA. But, Sean, not a lot of time to practice this week. Obviously, you're taking a bunch of people that haven't really played together. You're bringing them in for a week, and you're teaching them different schemes. You're teaching them different reads. You're teaching them things that they might not be familiar with. And so far, you would never be able to tell.
Yeah, and you know, football, as much or more than any sport, you need that practice time. You need that time as a group, as a unit. And to be able to play the way that the United States has played, especially against a Canada team that has gotten that time together, is really just outstandingly impressive.
Alan Darge and Devin Hart looked like had a little miscommunication on who was supposed to be returning punts, so Hart was unable to get off the field in time, so there will be a flag thrown, and this will be against Team USA. I don't think it will be enough for a first down, but I believe they had 12 men on the field at the time of the snap. So it will be, if accepted, it'll be about 4th and 5 It's actually an automatic first down. So it will be a first down for Team Canada. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's assessed on the return, as my team here in the booth is telling me. Excuse me. So it will be a first and 10 for Team USA.
Although it looks like Team Canada's offense is still on the field.
Yeah, there is some decent amount of confusion here as the referees try to sort it out. Talk to you about the official hotel provider for USA football portion of today's game, brought to you by Marriott. It's the official hotel partner and VIP hospitality sponsor for USA football. It's the official hotel partner and for USA football and the U.S. national football team. So special thanks to Marriott for their support of USA football and the national team program. And dealing with a lot of USA football personnel and players, and doing a fantastic job. Been a great week so far in the DFW Airport Marriott South as Caleb Pruitt into the game for Team USA. And the give is to Smith, and Simon Owen Black makes another play in the backfield. So a bright spot for this Canada defense has been Simon Owen Black, who has found himself in the backfield a number of times today.
Yeah, you know, Canada has had bright spots today between Black and Williams on the offensive end. It hasn't been all completely lost.
5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Team USA leading 35-0. Caleb Pruitt, the owner of a rushing touchdown earlier in the game, in at quarterback for Team USA. He's got Stevenson and he's got Smith in the backfield, but Pruitt's going to take it himself. He's at the 40, crosses midfield into Team Canada territory, and finally brought down at the 34-yard line by Jet Elid. But an outstanding run by Pruitt on another bootleg for Team USA, which has been their staple all game long.
Yeah, I mean, and there's been so much open space. It's really incredible what they're doing with their really strong play actions, and you know they fooled me a handful of times at least on those really good fake handoffs, as we'll see it here with the replay.
And Stevenson and Smith in the backfield, so dangerous. You have to account for them. That opens up some serious space for your quarterback, and a lot of these Team USA quarterbacks, all of them, can really run with the football. Smith is going to bounce this one outside. He'll break a tackle at the 30, and he'll be brought down at the 24-yard line. Nathan Brooks on the tackle for Team Canada. That was a 30-yard run by Caleb Pruitt on the naked bootleg. And a good sell, as you said, Sean, from Stevenson and from Smith. So Team USA has not really had to go through the air so far here in the second half. They can keep it on the ground, keep the clock rolling. 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Offensive line doing a really, really great job for Team USA.
Everybody's doing a great job for Team USA.
Pruitt will pitch it out to Smith, and Smith will break another tackle, but he will be brought down at the 19-yard line. Looks like it will be good for a first down by a lot, actually. So an effective toss play there. Zach Smith, as Sekailis Doxeter made the play for Team Canada. Sean, you'll be calling the U-16 game, which will follow this at 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern. Who are some of the players that you're looking forward to seeing out here on the field?
Well, you know, Tom, there's a really large handful of projected Division I football players in that game. You know, including Dante Sparaco, Anthony Sees, Emilio Martinez, and a personal favorite player of mine, Denzel Brown, who is just a stud. Watch out for Denzel Brown, Tom. Watch out.
Denzel Brown sure to make some fireworks here at UT-Arlington, one of the best backs in the country at his age. So it'll be extremely exciting to watch. Spent some time watching his highlight film last night, and it was almost like they almost cut off his long runs because they knew it would bore the viewer, because he had about 12 60 to 70-yard touchdown runs on there. So that'll be exciting to watch here at 1 p.m. Central Time. And a fumble on the play, and it looks like this one will be recovered by Team Canada. So a bit of a sloppy play there, and it'll be recovered by Simon Owen Black. The exchange wasn't there. The timing of the snap was off. And it's kind of a blown play by Team USA, and Team Canada will now take over 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Canada's been able to force a few turnovers here, so that's definitely a positive on their end as we see the fumble here.
So we're going to take a look at the snap, and it looked like Pruitt was never able to really control the snap, which in turn affected the exchange and led to the ball being on the ground. Ethan Martin back in the game for quarterback for Team Canada. And he's going to fake it and make his way around Cameron Flowers. And this one will be incomplete. Pass intended for Unreal Iloki. But Flowers forcing Ethan Martin to get deeper into his own territory and force a longer pass. But Martin, with his athleticism, able to get away from the outstretched arms of Flowers, which have been able to corral Martin a couple times here today. So it looks like Team Canada trying to get Martin in some space as well, try to get him out of the pocket, and so he can improvise and get the ball into his receiver's hands.
Not a bad strategy. You know, his receivers and also getting the ball to Williams. Those are dangerous players.
And a little mishap here as he runs into his running back. Now throws across his body, and it is incomplete. Pass intended for Kean Williams, and it looks like they're going to call a personal foul and a late hit on Flowers as he was chasing Martin once again. And it will be. So that'll be a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. Team Canada will move the sticks here on another rollout attempt from Ethan Martin. And both times, Sean, you've seen that almost like that wing T type of strategy with the wing back coming inside. And you always have to be aware of where he's going. So they faked it to him twice and rolled out to try to get it in the hands of their receivers coming across the field. But that time, both times, Flowers has really, really impacted the play and been able to really just run circles around the offensive tackle trying to block him.
Yeah, Flowers, you know, you get in that quarterback's face a couple times, and that can impact a ton of plays down the line.
Canada will spread it out here. Martin looking downfield for Williams and overthrows him. That time Martin had a little bit of time, got rid of it quickly before Williams was able to outrun his coverage, and this will fall incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Tyler Hodges on the coverage for Team USA. Sean, your Team USA here, you have a sizable 35-point lead. What do you do if you're the coaching staff here for Team USA? What do you look to expose here for your players? How do you look for them to improve here as the game goes on here with a pretty comfortable lead?
Well, you know, number one, I think you have to make sure you get some guys into the game that maybe don't play a ton, because you never know when you're actually going to need those players. You never know when you're going to have an injury. You never know when someone's going to have to step up and fill in for somebody else. And this type of game against high-quality competition is a really good opportunity to get those guys who are the backups, who don't get all the, you know, the big-time minutes, some experience.
Yeah, I mean, we got to kind of explain that a little bit, and saying that the backups for Team USA are still, you know, some of the best players in the country. At their age, they're still, even though they might not be first on the depth chart here, but they're, you know, you'll see them when they get in the game. They are more than adequate at their position and stand out enough to be a part of this program. We just saw a big run from Kean Williams, and now the pass complete to a Loki for about 4 yards. And Sean, like you said, I think it's just a matter right now of getting as many people in the game as possible. Maybe have them play a position that they were interested in playing, not going crazy, but if you have an outside linebacker, if you have a safety that you want to bring down to the outside linebacker position or vice versa, to try to get them some work in those positions where you might see them projected to be. So maybe getting some other people some touches in the backfield. But this is just really an outstanding performance for Team USA, where they kind of have to juggle these thoughts now. Kind of a luxury to have this decision to make.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys do play multiple positions. They play offense and defense for their high schools, and they're all over the field playing a number of different spots. So, a good opportunity to get them some work at positions where you don't always play them. And
Jake Milne has been a frequent target for Ethan Martin with a first down reception. He was brought down by Tayon Palmer over here on the near sideline. So Canada will remain with an empty set here, empty backfield, and Martin will keep it on a draw play, and he's got some space. And he's brought down on the play by Damiano Para. And Martin with some decent vision and a lot of quickness, being able to go in and out of different areas of space here in the Team USA defense, and a good job by the Team Canada offensive line to open that up for their quarterback.
Yeah, Martin, very mobile and very athletic, and he'll have to be on that play there.
As this one, shades of Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl, as it'll be a loss of about 18. Jabari Bennett all over Ethan Martin as the snap came before Martin was ready and sailed right past him. But he was able to recover it. It's a huge loss for Team Canada. But now there's a penalty on Team USA. There were 12 men on the field, so it'll be a first down. So after all of that, it'll be a first down for Team Canada.
I guess it is a little easier to get a good rush on the quarterback when you have an extra guy.
I think so. That being said, a little miscommunication between Martin and his center. So to clean that up here as the third quarter ticks under 1 minute to play. And now Martin will have, looks like Tucker in the backfield with him. Now he's going to motion out. So they're going to spread this one wide open, and another bad snap, but they will call a false start on Team Canada. This will bring them back 5. Kean Williams, Retson Daly, Stefan Tishimbi, and Jet Elid, the 4 captains for Team Canada. Iloki was their flag bearer. Their head coach, Jim Ryan. Ryan, former head coach of Team Ontario, and won 3 straight national championships under his leadership from 2002 to 2004. Ryan coached the offensive line last year for the U-17 Team Ontario Select Squad that actually defeated Team USA last year in the International Bowl. Give is to Tucker. Tucker's got some room to run. He's going to try to bounce it outside. And then when he cuts back inside, he's met by Bennett. And another flag on the play. This one came at the end of the play, and we'll see what they get here. Could be in the area of holding, perhaps a face mask at the end of the play. And we'll see what the call is.
Personal foul, face mask, number 72 on the defense, 15-yard penalty, will play 1 untimed down.
So there you have it. It's an untimed down here. The face mask came in at the end of the play, and that'll give 15 more yards to Team Canada. Now they're on the 15-yard line for Team. They're on the 15-yard line. I think this is one of their. This might be their second trip inside the red zone today, Sean.
And it's been on their most successful drive of the day so far for Canada. They've done a good job holding onto the ball. They've mixed up passing and throwing. They've been aided by a few penalties by the United States defense, but still a really nice drive.
And the give is to Tucker. And Rasheed Tucker brought down by Aiden Gillis for Team USA. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. And we want to remind you that portions of today's game brought to you by St. Vincent Sports Performance, defining sports performance. And also by Stubbs Legendary Barbecue Sauce, made right with all natural, gluten-free ingredients. So we enter the fourth quarter here. Team USA leading 35-0. The shutout is in a bit of jeopardy as Team Canada now on the 15-yard line threatening to score, mostly based on penalties and a couple miscues by the Team USA defense.
Yeah, Team USA is, I don't want to say sloppy because they haven't played sloppy. They've played really well. Just a couple of penalties that, they're going to want to work on eliminating those from their game. At this age group, it doesn't matter whether it's the top athletes in the nation or not. It's impossible to completely avoid penalties, and so far they've done a good job of that today.
Discipline is one thing that you learn as part of the USA football program. Playing the right way is something that you also learn, and it all starts at the USA Football Development Camps. Here are some of the dates. You can go to usafootball.com to sign up today, and if you go to usafootball.com/trials-registration, I think that brings you directly to the pages where you can sign up for the development camps. From the development camps, USA Football team will select separate teams for each age group for the development teams, and then from the development teams, they will select the national teams that play now in the International Bowl. So go to usafootball.com to sign up today. Swallowed up in the backfield is Rashid Tucker again on the carry for Team Canada. Aiden Gillis making the play for Team USA. And it looks like another Team Canada player shaking up a bit on the play. And the Team Canada trainer will come out and tend. Josh Munoz down on a knee for Team Canada. So we said we had a pretty great week here, Sean. AT&T Stadium hosted the National Signing Day breakfast on Wednesday. And then at night held the USA Football Jamboree, where we saw all the teams play. I was only able to see the U18 defense. You were able to see the U18 offense. What was your take from the Jamboree?
I think we can take from the Jamboree a lot of similar things that we're taking from this game, except for the fact that this game has been overwhelmingly successful in terms of score. The Jamboree, Canada did a lot of scoring, and the United States had a bit of a hard time. But, I think we can see from the score today that was mostly about the United States not caring about the score in the Jamboree, because it was about practicing things and running sets and maybe not running the optimal play for a situation, and more just about getting down, the specifics of where to be, what to do on each specific play. Because today, it's been a different story from that Jamboree.
Yeah, it's also a great opportunity to learn from your strengths, learn what your strengths are, who will be the go-to guys in what situations. And it looks like they had a great week of practice because they are just firing on all cylinders here today. And it'll be a false start on Team Canada. Take a look at our Upper Deck USA Football alumni, brought to you by Upper Deck. Collect the best. Since 2009, 8 former Team USA players have gone on to play in the NFL, including New York Giants running back David Wilson, Cardinals defensive back Tyrann Mathieu, and Patriots wide receiver Aaron Dobson. So an excellent alumni class here for USA Football. They've also sent a lot of players on to play some big-time Division I football, and we'll see them tonight for the U19 team, most notably Jameis Winston, your Heisman Trophy winner for the Florida State Seminoles. Martin in at quarterback. He's in the gun. He's got 5 receivers to work with. He'll take it himself, and he will be brought down immediately by Ryan Wheaton. Ryan Wheaton had himself a touchdown earlier in the game and a couple big plays in the backfield as well. So whether it's Wheaton, Goulat, or Bennett, these guys have been a nightmare for Team Canada.
Look at that. Just getting right through, knowing exactly where the quarterback is going to be, and a loss of 4 yards. Wheaton just a monster.
That'll bring up 4th and forever for Team Canada And they're going to try something here to put the ball into the end zone to get some points. They're being shut out here in the fourth quarter. So Team USA making a quick start here to the International Bowl Series. Pretty successful start. Martin back to pass, looking to his right, finds his receiver, but he is brought down immediately. Pass is complete to number 25, Josh Munoz. Jack Collins in on the tackle.
And Tom, you talk about, getting off to a good start for Team USA here, and that's so important because now all these other players, all the other USA guys that are going to be playing today and tomorrow are saying, well, hey, that 15 squad, they got things started the right way. We want to do the same thing, and if they win, it keeps it going right after that.
I agree, Sean. I think that one performance sort of begets the other, and if you're in the crowd today and you see your U-15 brethren here putting on this kind of performance, you want to at least duplicate that, if not
triplicate it.
Yeah, exactly. Triplicate. Expand on it, maybe. J.D. Head in at quarterback for Team USA. He's got a wide open receiver. That's number 88, Bryson Anderson. And Bryson Richardson on Anderson with a first down reception. Showed you some highlights from his middle school playing days earlier in the game. And Richardson with a lot of promise. Really long wide receiver, some good hands. And yet those long strides, when they get going on a football field, pretty hard to keep up with.
Yeah, Richardson, he's been a really nice target for all of the quarterbacks for Team USA today. He's been getting open with regularity and hauling in a handful of catches.
So the quick passes, again, working well for Team USA. And we have another Canadian player down on the field. And as the training staff tends to him, I want to tell you that portions of today's broadcast being brought to you by Gatorade, the G-Series, Prime, Perform, and Recover. And also by Cutters. There's no other glove that performs quite like Cutters. And Tyson Fresh Chicken. Serve chicken that's farm fresh. Serve Tyson Chicken. Connor Pataki able to get off the field under his own power. So with a little limp. Looks like he might have dinged his left leg on the play. Unable to put any pressure on it as he's walking off the field. J.D. Head in at quarterback for Team USA. Aiden Rudolph joins him in the backfield. See Hawkins in at receiver at the bottom of your screen. Has a touchdown already today. And Head's looking for Hawkins right away. Hawkins catches it at the 35. And he will be brought down by Aloki at the 35-yard line. That'll be a loss of 3.
And if Team USA sees anybody, but it sees Team Canada in this situation playing that far off of a wide receiver, they're going to go to that wide receiver screen every time because the athleticism of those receivers is off the charts. And, it didn't work out that time, but more often than not, you're going to see those USA wideouts break some big plays if they're given that much of a cushion.
And they almost work as run plays as well. If you're able to get rid of it quick enough, they almost work as run plays. Just kind of, you have to shift your area of focus. And Head with the fake, avoiding a sack and completes it. But this will be another loss of about 3. Owen Turner providing the pressure for Team Canada. That'll bring up 3rd and 16 as Head was forced to travel way back into his own territory. But that is a completion technically for a sizable loss there.
One that you'd almost rather have your receiver bat down and not catch. But it's hard to train yourself to do that as a wideout when everything you do is catch the ball.
And it still goes down in the books as a reception. So
negative yardage, though.
We are going to get the clock going here. It's under 9 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. The U-15 U.S. versus Canada game. the first of 3 games today on Friday. We simulcast on ESPN3 as the ball is loose, but it will be quickly picked up by Team USA and covered by Jaron Stevenson.
I believe this is the first time that we'll see the USA punting unit take the field.
I believe you're right. And in to boot it away is Connor Dickinson for Team USA. Kean Williams and Aloki deep for Team Canada. And Team Canada will take a quick timeout. And as they do so, so will we. You are watching USA Football International Bowl. This is Game 1, U-15 U.S. versus Canada, and U.S. has a comfortable lead, 35-0. We'll be back right after this.
NFL Flag, powered by USA Football, is an exciting way to get into the game. NFL Flag is fun and fast-paced, emphasizing football, fitness, fundamentals, teamwork, and sportsmanship. Leagues are easy to start and open to both boys and girls ages 5 to 17. All NFL Flag players receive a USA Football membership as well as an official NFL team jersey, flag set, and insurance, an incredible value. Coaches receive a USA Football membership and insurance as well. So sign up now to become a better player and have fun with NFL Flag.
And the punt is away, and it is caught at the 45-yard line by Stephanie Kishimbi, as that was about a 30-yard punt from Dickinson. And Team Canada will now take over with some pretty good field position. So we talked earlier about when Kean Williams was able to pick up the, when Alan Darge, I think, was able to pick up the punt for Team USA. Just knowing how important it is to secure the ball as a punt returner and gain some valuable yardage.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of natural instincts that go into punt returning. It's the kind of thing where you could be the best athlete in the world, but if you don't have those punt returning instincts, it's just not going to happen for you as a punt returner. And conversely, you don't have to be necessarily the best athlete on the field to do a good job there.
And a reverse is almost blown up in the backfield, and it is blown up in the backfield eventually. Josh Munoz on the carry and brought down by number 30, Tayon Palmer, at the cornerback position, making a great play. And he was really chased down by everybody on the USA Football team. It was almost blown up immediately before he even got the carry, Sean. So some great penetration from the defensive line for Team USA once again.
Yeah, it's been the case all day. I mean, they're getting in there before handoffs can even happen. It's like a video game where you're turning off sides. They're so quickly in the backfield.
And Tucker will get a little bit of daylight here. And we'll bring it up the field for a game of about 2. And Ryan Wheaton with another tackle for Team USA. And this is where football is most fun, especially when you're on the defensive end. You know you're going to be on the field for the majority of the time. You get to just fly around, make plays.
Yeah, without the worry of giving up a play that could potentially lose your team the game.
And it allows you to be a little bit more of a risk taker.
Absolutely.
Maybe go for the interception that you would rather have not gone for earlier in the game. Could lead you to figure out some new skills that you might have or some new abilities as Martin chased down on the play. And this is incomplete, nearly intercepted by number 29, Noah Lopez.
And we almost saw that interception happen right there, Tom. That was really close as he almost hauled it in.
So that would have been the 5th turnover for Team USA, 4 of them coming in the first half. Fumble recoveries, an interception. We had a fumble return for a touchdown by Ryan Wheaton. And Team Canada will punt it away once again. Eric Strand's back to punt.
USA doesn't seem to really have a punt returner back there.
And Bennett almost able to block it for the second time today. And this one will travel out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Or I'm sorry, the 40. Let's see where this goes. The 45-yard line. So Team USA will take over with some good field position and look to just run down this clock. 6 minutes to go. We'll probably keep it on the ground and really get a good workout here for the offensive linemen and their running backs.
And you know what? That's what the offensive linemen love to do. Pass blocking is great, and you can get big plays off the passes. But, you know, you ask those offensive linemen, all of these guys love run blocking because that's when you get to dig your heels in and push forward, do a little offensive attacking of your own.
Yeah, it's much more aggressive. It's definitely something that offensive linemen like to hang their hats on, and being good run blockers is definitely the most fun part of the game for them. Marcus Aponte back in at quarterback for Team USA, and he's going to take it up the middle. He's got a seam, and he is brought down at the 34-yard line. Marcus Aponte planted his left foot, saw some daylight, and just took off. So Aponte started the game for Team USA. He had a couple deep attempts to his outside receivers, but other than that, he's been doing some great job with his feet.
Oh, yeah, he absolutely has. And, you know, Aponte is one of the guys that we're seeing in this game that projects as a Division I athlete, as a top-tier guy who could really be a difference maker at the next level.
He's also a basketball player. So he plays nationally. He represents his country for basketball and football. And he is brought down by Simon Owen Black, another great play in the backfield. So Aponte getting some work in. A lot of the young guys, Sean, sometimes you don't see some of the younger guys, some of the younger quarterbacks really develop a solid throwing motion and getting their footwork down at a young age, but a lot of them can really run with it. So when you see in youth football, you see a lot of quarterbacks that are very athletic. Sometimes they'll put the most athletic kid at quarterback and just teach him how to throw the ball. But Aponte really is a true dual threat. He can do everything.
Yeah, you know, he's clearly a guy that they probably initially put him in there because he was such a good athlete, but then I bet he surprised some people with his ability to throw the ball downfield.
And now he slings this one across the middle. That's Benjamin Lynch at the 10-5 touchdown, Team USA. Benjamin Lynch, his second touchdown of the game, and Marcus Aponte's his second touchdown pass.
And that was a bullet on a slant, which is a really, you know, it's a big route. If you can throw to that slant as a quarterback, that's, you know, at every single level of football, you're going to see this throw, and you're going to have to make that throw.
And Lynch able to escape his defenders and cut it upfield. Great awareness after the catch. And Benjamin Lynch doing a great job after the ball is in his hands as Antonello, I think, misses his first extra point attempt of the game. So he is 5 for 6 for extra points. Under 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Team USA able to tack on another score. Connection from Marcus Aponte to Benjamin Lynch. And Team USA dominating in every sense of the definition.
Absolutely. Offensively, defensively, their special teams have been superior as well. You know, it's been all USA today.
Now Antonello will kick it away for Team USA. Kean Williams and Aloki back to receive once again. Kickoff return team for Team Canada, getting a lot of work in. Aloki will get it at the 25, and he'll be brought down at the 30. Ernest Woods on the tackle. John Bailey Goulat helping out as well.
That's a really nice way of saying Team USA has scored a lot of points, Tom.
Yeah.
The Team Canada's return team has gotten a lot of work today.
Yeah, well, I just remember in my playing days when I was on the kickoff return team, and I'd be out there almost every 2 minutes. And that was not fun. So John Bailey Goulat making a name for himself on special teams now. Him and Ernest Woods combining to make that tackle after about a 5-yard return. And JBG taking some time off on the sidelines, doing some observation. And Martin is able to get rid of it.
Somehow.
And this will be a loss of about 6. It didn't look like anybody even attempted to block Team USA there. But Martin able to kind of make something positive out of it. And he completed a little shovel pass.
I mean, there's something to be said for getting the ball into the hands of the playmaker, but maybe better off on that one just throwing the ball at his feet and not losing any yardage.
Under 4 minutes to go here as Ethan Martin will now call in the play for Team Canada. Martin doing most of the quarterback work today, as we've seen Christian Smotis into the game for Team Canada as well. Munoz goes deep in motion and then makes his way back to where he was. And it's going to be a little swing pass and nothing doing here. Ernest Woods coming up, making a big play, and he's on fire.
That was not the best designed play, I don't think, Tom. You know, they drew a lot of attention to the receiver there with the motion, and then running away from the line of scrimmage is not a good way to get yardage.
It'll be 3rd and about 21 from the 20-yard line for Team Canada. And, Sean, you know, they have different rules as far as how the motion is regulated for Canadian football. They usually play with 12 players, a wider field, a longer field. They're allowed to motion towards the line of scrimmage. That's something that you're not allowed to do in the U.S. So a serious adjustment that has to be made when playing American football. But a lot of these Canadian teams and Canadian high schools cross the border and play some of the American high schools during the season. So they are used to this kind of competition. They are used to the different rule set. But at the same time, it's still an adjustment no matter what, especially at a young age.
Yeah, you know, it's absolutely an adjustment. I mean, learning just the football rules of one country can be a lot in terms of, you know, ways to move in motion and, you know, all those types of intricacies of the game, and then learning a whole other set is just, it's impressive that these kids are able to do it.
So injured player off the field for Team Canada, and there's a fumble on the play, and we'll see who's able to come up with it. The Team USA sideline is saying that they have recovered it, and still waiting on a call. And I guess Team Canada able to recover it, but that will bring up 4th in a very long way, so Team Canada will come out and punt it away. Under center for Team Canada on that play was number 31, Israel Braithwaite. And Team USA will go with a punt-safe formation here. About 2 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Overcast day here at UT-Arlington. Not exactly warm.
No, warm it is not.
And they will just punt this away with no rush. And Team USA will take over on the 40-yard line. So the U-15 Team USA has done an outstanding job to get things going here at the International Bowl at 4 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Eastern. We will have the U-16 game between U.S. and Canada. And then tonight for the main event, we have Lincoln Rose coming in, who's going to call the U-19 U.S. versus Canada game. We saw a lot of the U-19 players. We saw all the U-19 players sign their letters of intent Wednesday morning, and there are some outstanding football players with some really bright futures that are going to be in that game that you're going to hear a lot from on Saturdays here to come. Baez in at quarterback for Team USA, and he's going to keep it. And he's at the 30, and Baez is going to go for it. 15-5, touchdown, Team USA.
It's really incredible. I mean, even on a play that doesn't seem like it's going anywhere, it turns into a huge touchdown run.
Brandon Beza with another touchdown run finding some open space and bursting through every hole in that Team Canada defense.
Look at this. He looks like he'll be wrapped up right there with 6 Team Canada defenders around him. And then another one comes in to try and make the stop downfield. But there he goes off into the end zone.
Obeza solidifying himself as a formidable offensive weapon through the air with a passing touchdown and on the ground. Antonello connects for his 6th extra point attempt here today. He's 6 for 7. And Team USA goes up 48-0 with a minute 48 to go here in the game. I want to thank ESPN for helping us simulcast this game on ESPN3 and the Watch ESPN app. It's being produced by Strive Network. You can go to strivenetwork.tv and follow the Strive Network at @Strive_network on Twitter and on Instagram if you want to see pictures of Sean Lerman, my color analyst, flexing before the game.
Where'd you get those pictures, Tom?
Well, you never know. You better be careful.
I mean, I know your Photoshop skills are pretty good.
Antonello to kick it away for Team USA. And Antonello has been on the field a ton, and that's always a good sign. And Aloki unable to come up with it, and now he's back all the way his own 10-yard line as half of the USA football kickoff team will bring him down, and Team Canada has a long way to go. They're going to get on the board here before the game ends.
Tom, you said half of the kickoff team as if that would be a lot, but I think that was more than half.
It might have been.
That was around 75% of the kickoff team.
Like you said earlier, Team USA doing a great job on defense, converting on offense, making some big plays, and their special teams have been outstanding as well.
Yeah, you know, you talk about field position, and you just look at this right here with Canada starting on the 13-yard line, and it's not the first time today that they've been backed up right around their own, within their own 20.
Brathwaite in at quarterback once again, and the give to Williams. This will be a gain of about 2. So it'll be 2nd and long now for Team Canada. Minute 4 to go here. Stay tuned for our player of the game ceremony immediately following the game. A lot of candidates for Team USA. You could have Aponte in there. Benjamin Lynch had 2 touchdowns. Some great defensive play as well. Jabari Bennett. Ryan Wheaton had a touchdown of his own. Of course, we talked about JBG, who had himself a fantastic, frightening game. And Brathwaite is going to keep it himself here, and he'll be met by Ernest Woods at the 28-yard line. Nice play coming up and a great tackle by Ernest Woods. Seen some great tackling out of this USA football team as well.
Yeah, you know, it's been some heads-up tackling, Tom.
That's for sure. So Team USA fired up, getting their fans involved. The sideline is about to erupt now as the clock strikes 0. And Team USA getting this International Bowl Series off to an outstanding start, a 48-0 victory over Canada here in the first game. And Sean, this is as complete of a football game as anybody can play. It's a team that hadn't played together until this week, and they came together unlike anything I've ever seen.
You know, that's exactly what I'm thinking, Tom. You know, a team that didn't come together until this week against a Canadian team that's been playing together a lot more often. A bunch of guys that have spent time playing as a unit, whereas this USA team coming in and, you know, meeting at a hotel, you meet, you have some meetings, you try to squeeze some practices in when you can, and to come out and just dominate in every facet of the game the way the United States did today is just incredible.
A really, really impressive victory. and some great defensive play, which is what stands out to me the most. And I'm going to guess that the player of the game is going to come from that side of the ball. But we will give it away to our PA announcer to announce the players of the game for both Team USA and Team Canada.
Please enjoy yourselves here at UTA Maverick Stadium with 2 additional games to come. We also remind you to hang on to your ticket stubs because they will get you into the ball games tomorrow, and we have 3 exciting games again, beginning at 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and then again tomorrow evening around 7 to 7:30. So hang on to your ticket stubs so you can enjoy some more exciting football here tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon's Rydell Most Valuable Player Award for the Team Canada will be presented shortly.
So we're about to get set to announce the players of the game. We're not quite ready to announce. We have Garrett Shea and Dan Gant at midfield for USA Football, and helping put together this entire week in the production. And they're going to give them out right now.
Valuable player is number 15, Kean Williams.
Kean Williams, the running back for Team Canada, who had an outstanding game. Really, the bulk of this Team Canada offense came from Kean Williams, and you saw what kind of things he could do when he had some space in front of him with some incredible athleticism.
Yeah, he was the offense for Team Canada today. He played a great game.
Here's the announcement for the Team USA Player of the Game.
Award will be presented by USA Football Senior Director, Mr. Garrett Shea. And the Team USA Rydell Most Valuable Player is number 58, John Bailey Gullett.
And John Bailey Gullett had himself a fantastic game. An interception returned for a touchdown, 2 forced fumbles, and a boatload of tackles, Sean. I don't think they could have given it to anybody else.
You know what? It's easy to say that they shouldn't have given it to anyone else, but you almost wish that you could give out 5 players of the game for this game. It's just so, that entire USA defense could have gotten player of the game, but John Bailey Gullett was absolutely the standout star. He was all over the field. He lightning fast, as strong as can be. Just a really, really good, promising football player.
And Team USA and Team Canada will shake hands. We will be right back with a little more in-depth coverage of your Rydell players of the game.
If I could give a linebacker or a linebacker coach tips that I believe would be impactful to their development, the first thing would be your eyes. What your eyes see is what your body will do. Your body will follow where your eyes are. So you have to make sure that your eyes are in the proper places. You teach the focal points of where that player's eyes should be. All right? So when you see your work, you can get your work done. If you don't see your work, you can't get your work done. So you train the eyes. I want to see, is that guard pulling? Is that guard heavy on his hands? Is he light on his hands? What's the quarterback doing? What's the depth of the running back? What's the splits of the receivers? I need to see all these things and analyze. The linebacker is the most important position on the field. As a linebacker, I'm biased, but I'm telling you, that's the most important position. Why? Because we have to be the guy that understands what that quarterback is doing. We have to be the guy that has enough athletic ability to do what that defensive lineman does. Oh yeah, and what the secondary guys do. We have to be able to be strong enough to deal with offensive linemen, but yet fast enough to be able to run with running backs and receivers. So if I'm teaching a linebacker what he needs to do, you have to get your eyes right. And then secondly, you have to have an intensity about you to be able to do the work that nobody else on that field is going to do, which is be able to make that contact, be able to make tackles, to be able to cover in the passing game. You have to be a well-rounded machine out there on that field.
And we'll go back to our Rydell players of the game. John Bailey Goulat for Team USA. He had 2 forced fumbles, an interception return for a touchdown, and just some bone-shattering tackles throughout the entire game. And Kean Williams, one of the lone bright spots for the Team Canada offense, had 8 carries and 63 yards, all in the second half. They also put him at receiver and put him out in some open space, and you saw some electrifying plays from Kean Williams. And this looks like it is the interception return from John Bailey Goulat. And he will take this 40 yards for the touchdown. I guess I didn't even realize how far he ran for the touchdown, but showed some serious athleticism and awareness to get to the sideline, let his players peel back and block for him. I mean, what more can you say about John Bailey Goulat?
You know, I think we may have said it all. He does it all. He's an outstanding athlete, great guy to have on your defense, and I think he'll be leading some really high-quality defenses eventually at the next level.
And we want to thank everybody for tuning in today to watch the USA Football International Bowl coverage as the U-15 U.S. team took down Team Canada by a score of 48-0. This will be followed by the U-16 U.S. vs. Canada game. Portions of today's game were brought to you by Rydell, Protect and Perform, Sports Authority, All Things Sporting Good, Shock Doctor Sports, the leader in mouthguard technology, St. Vincent Sports Performance, defining sports performance, Stubbs Legendary Barbecue Sauce, made right with all natural gluten-free ingredients, Marriott, the official hotel partner of USA Football, Gatorade, the G-Series, Prime, Perform, and Recover, by Cutters, no other glove performs like Cutters, by Upper Deck, collect the best, and by Tyson Fresh Chicken. You can serve chicken that's farm fresh all day long. Serve Tyson Chicken. For everybody here at USA Football and at UT-Arlington, for Sean Lerman, Derek Raymond, our camera operator and director, and for Matt Ferrara, our spotter up here in the booth, I'm Tom Monfiletto. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you at 4 o'clock.